I'm here at the table for the Abington Dog Park with President of the Friends of the Abington Dog Park, Sue McHugh. Sue, what are you doing here today?
Well, this is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. We had a kids contest at 1 o'clock, but the big event is a dog costume contest at 2 o'clock. We usually draw upwards of 40 dogs in costume. We do a little parade, and along with that, we end up making a lot of money for the dog park. The park is run largely by donations for businesses and park users. We don't use a lot of town money, and so we do fundraisers like this throughout the year, usually with Abington Celebrates, to help us support the park.
Okay, now there might be a few people here who have no clue where the dog park is. You want to tell folks?
Yep, the dog park is right next to the Senior Center on Summer Street, 441 Summer Street. And you pull into the parking lot. If the Senior Center is in front of you, the dog park will be on the left.
So it's actually kind of on the east side of the park, as if Summer Street's kind of a north-south type, east-west kind of road, right?
Sure.
So, okay. I know that because I've been over there a few times and seen it. So, now, what you're doing here right now, since the contests are over and the animals haven't got down here with their costumes yet, you're selling little tchotchkes that...
We have dog park merchandise, everything from sweatshirts to hats to water bottles. We also have our annual calendar, which just came out, which features dogs from that go to the park a lot, and it's a lot of fun to look at. And then we have raffles. They're usually a big draw. Lots of dog items, but then there's a huge box of craft kits for kids, too. So those are all ways that we try to generate funding for the park.
And if people don't have dogs and they want to buy some of the doggy snacks, maybe they can munch on them and chew them and enjoy them too, huh?
Well, even if they don't want the snacks, they can all wear a sweatshirt, right? And everything is on sale this week because we're trying to get rid of some old merchandise and bring in some new stuff.
Yeah. And if you buy the snacks, bring them to the dog park and let the owners of the dogs give them out over there. How's that?
Well, actually, one of our rules is no snacks in the park, only because dogs can fight over them or dogs can have allergies, you know.
So just cancel what I just said, never mind. I'm the idiot here. But this is great. We're going to take a look around and see that, and we'll be back for the dog contest, for the costume contest. Because I remember, are you going to have the judges, going to have Buddy and the Grinch for the judges?
Grinch will come down, yes. I'm hoping they'll come down and judge the contest for us. They're usually a big hit.
Yes, well, just watching those two argue is funny enough.
Yeah, sometimes we have to move them along. They take their time making the decision. We're like, the dogs are getting impatient. Let's go. But it's all fun.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And when is your next little thing going to be? Is it going to be during the Christmas?
Yes, during Abington Celebrates Christmas, we usually do pup pictures with Santa. In the past few years, we've gotten to use the gingerbread cabin, Mrs. Claus's cabin at Island Grove. It's all decorated beautifully. Santa comes to visit. And again, we sell the same kind of stuff and have a good time.
Okay, so if you've missed the Oktoberfest, don't forget Christmas is coming.
You get them all? Okay, now I want you to take a deep breath. Relax. Now does everybody know their number? Everybody knows their number. Okay. Now listen up. Okay, I want you to line up here. You're going to trade me your bucket. Okay, you're going to trade me your bucket for a prize. What do you say when you get a prize? Get in one line. Okay, so get in one line. Okay, then make sure to know your number. Okay, when you get a prize, step away. Say thank you. Okay, come on over. Good job. There you go. Good job. You're welcome. Ooh, good job. Know your number. We have to find out who our big prize, big winner is. Good job. Oh, I already see. Hold on. I already see my winner. So, being that we had extra help on the side, we always have a backup plan for our winner. So our big winner is bucket number 30, because that person had the magic yellow snowball. Here you go. What do you say? You're welcome. Cheating? Oh, that's not cheating. Okay. Do you want some too? Okay. But for the most amount was buckets number 17 and 7. Who's bucket number 17 and 7? 17 and 7. You're welcome. Had the most. Are we ready for more games? Are we ready for catching? And then are we ready for some singing? Yes?
Nice little snuggles here, along with all these other dogs. Next one. Let's go. Mr. Rich. Watch this one. Watch Come on. I think I'm gonna give it to myself because I look dang good. I'll get it. You know what? I know what I'm You scared him. We can't bring Buddy anywhere.
We go to taverns to spend her money. Oh yeah, Gelida, oh yeah, Gelida, oh yeah, Gelida, she's the girl for me. I take her walking, she does the talking. She is my honey, she's got that money. Oh yeah, Gelida, oh yeah, Gelida, oh yeah, Gelida, she's the girl for me.
This is the Abington Health Department tent at the Frollo for Oktoberfest. I'm here with Health Inspector Chris Schultz. Chris, why is the Health Department here today?
Partly just for the community engagement, get out there and get our faces seen. We're also doing a flu vaccine clinic today. So if anybody wants to come down and get a flu shot, they're more than welcome to.
Well, this should certainly count as getting your face out there, I would imagine.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, now you are right next to another tent here, which is labeled as PN5. Plus you've got that written right on your sweatshirt here. What is PN5?
PN5 stands for Plymouth Norfolk 5, and what that is the Department of Public Health has started a public health excellence initiative across the state. So Abington is the lead agency in a 5-town regional health collaborative with Brockton, Stoughton, Avon, and Whitman. And that's what the PN5 is. So we work together to just improve health care services.
Okay. Now, you said that you were doing a vaccine clinic here today.
Yes. Yeah, we're doing flu vaccines today. Hopefully we will be getting the COVID boosters soon. And if anybody doesn't make it down today, they can get their flu shot or COVID at Town Hall.
Okay. Now, you said the COVID, you're expecting it soon. Are they still not getting it out yet?
It's been a slow rollout. I think some of the pharmacies have limited quantities, but local boards of health haven't received it yet. So,
I've also heard that the doctor's offices haven't really got too much of it yet either.
Yep, yeah, it's definitely a slow delivery.
Okay, because they kept talking about they want to get this rolled out and get it out there before the next wave hits through. Do you think they'll make it?
Maybe not with the current one, but unfortunately there'll be another wave after that. So,
Well, just like the flu has been for years, there's a wave and then there's another wave.
yep, and hopefully, I think the plan is down the road to just combine the flu and COVID vaccines together at some point. So you might see that next year.
Have there been any problems with kind of marrying the two vaccines together?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know how hard they've been working on that yet. Mostly because they're just trying to stay up with the different variants.
Well, that's part of one of the hardest things to do is to try and figure out what the variant is going to be and what the next flu wave is going to be as well.
Yep, yeah, it's a guessing game. It's hard to stay ahead of.
You have any guesses for us?
I don't know. Not a gambling man.
Not a gamble man. Okay, well, thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
And give my best to the Board of Health.
Will do. Enjoy the day.
Mein Mutter und mein Vater, die seien zwar nette Leid, gibt's irgendwas zum Feiern, da seien die zwar dabei. Mein Mutter und mein Vater, die zwei, die seien ein Hit. Sie singen und sie tanzen, als Hagen denken's nicht. Ja, immer wenn was los ist, mein Vater ist dabei. Er kann's halt nicht lassen, zum Feiern nimmt er frei. Er macht so gerne Stimmung und singt so gerne ein Lied. Er ist ein super Kumpel, wie selten nur angibt.
Well, here we are at the Abington Copes table with Melissa Cook, and we're going to find out a bit about Abington Copes. Melissa, what is Abington Copes?
So Abington Copes is the Town Substance Use Coalition. We work on our goals are to prevent and reduce youth substance misuse, and we also connect families who have a loved one struggling or themselves are struggling to resources, treatment, and we have a handful of bereaved family members, so we understand what that's like too. So we have people that come to our meetings. Our board is people that really are well versed in this, have been touched by it, so we really just work on educating the whole community.
You sound like you've picked up a wide variety of things you want to be handling.
Yeah, because I feel like addiction touches so many people, so it's like not just a one size fits all. So, and it needs the whole, it takes everybody. It's a family disease, and there's so many different variables that go on. So, yeah.
Because you just think about how many different substances there are out there that people are having difficulties with.
Yeah, well, the current drug landscape is very scary because of fentanyl, and you do that and you're no longer here. So we actually had 50 Narcan kits on our table that we gave away, 50 of them, which is amazing. So the more Narcan we get into the community, the safer we are. And if anybody out there is looking for Narcan, please get in touch with us. You never know. You could be walking down the street, someone could be overdosing, you could save a life. So.
Can you just kind of maybe go over a short list of some of the other substances out there that people are involved with or having trouble with these days?
Well, marijuana is kids getting edibles. That's definitely a problem. Vaping is huge in the schools. And then now we're finding cocaine. Fentanyl is being put into cocaine, so that's another big problem. Opiates but it's a lot of what's causing overdoses to elevate is the cocaine and fentanyl, and of course the cocaine and heroin and whatever else. It's being put into everything, so it's really scary.
Okay.
And of course alcohol, sorry.
Well, that seems like so much less of an issue than when you're talking about the fentanyl, but it really isn't, is it?
No, I think the numbers are over 100,000 died last year of alcohol-related issues, and over 100,000 overdoses, fatal overdoses as well. So that's like over 200,000 people that lost their lives to substance use disorder.
Okay, are there any meetings coming up that people might be able to attend if they want to find out more?
Absolutely. We meet on the second Wednesday of every month at 6 o'clock in the community room at the police station.
Okay, there you go. If you're looking for something to find out more about addiction or where you can get help to deal with an addiction for you or somebody you love, this is the place to go. The second Tuesday of the month. No, the Wednesday of the month. See, senior moment. Second Wednesday of the month at the community room at the police station, and Center Street is now back open again.
Yes, woohoo! Yes, we're very grateful to have that back open again.
Makes it a lot easier for people to get there.
It does, yes. And we have a little library out in front of the police station with resources in it as well. Oh, sorry. And our website, www.abingtoncopes.org. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and email is abingtoncopes@gmail.com.
Now, you see, I was going to ask you that, and I just forgot all about it because I got so hung up on the fentanyl thing because I didn't know it was that into so many other things.
Yeah, like I said, everything. And it's deadly, so, it's going into pills, everything.
Okay, thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you for taking a moment to talk to me.
Meine Mutter ist a Liebe, a herzensgute Frau. Ich möcht sie nicht missen, auf sie da kann ich bauen. Ob ich einmal an Kummer, zu ihr da kann ich gehen. Sie sagt, es wird schon werden, mein Bruder wird schon sehen.
Here we're at the table for the Abington Town Choir with Katie Beckvold. Tell me, what is the Abington Town Choir?
The Abington Town Choir is exactly what it sounds like. We do singing for a Christmas concert, and we perform again in the spring. So we're just a group of local people, Abington, Whitman, some in Rhode Island, and just all over Massachusetts, and we come together to sing.
That's really quite a commute, somebody coming up from Rhode Island.
Yep, and she's actually one of my voice students too, so she's very dedicated.
I thought I recognized that name. I've done your recitals
Yes.
at the First Church.
Yes, you did. So my voice students are also local members of the community, and we perform at the UCC, and the choir also performs at Abington Public Schools at the new auditorium.
Wow.
Super
So,
fancy.
how many members do you have right now?
Right, around 20 members. It's usually a little slow this time of year, and then it picks up, and we have an average of 25 to 30.
Okay, and you've got the 2 concerts. Anything else you do?
Me as in, or
Well,
the choir.
the
The choir, yeah. So the choir will be doing some caroling during the next Abington Celebrates season. So we'll be around again. Right now, what we're doing is we're fundraising for our pianist and for music and all and elements that you need to do some singing.
Every choir I know of does fundraising of some kind or another.
Absolutely, because otherwise we don't have money.
Because you never get quite enough from ticket sales.
No, and we don't sell tickets. All of our performances are for free for the audience members.
Okay, you do get some money from the Cultural Council, I would imagine.
Yes, we do. We apply for that every year.
Well, it's a very nice thing to have is the Cultural Council.
Yes, they have helped provide money for our community as well as for the marching band and all the local arts programs here. So that's really great.
Do you have your program for the Christmas concert selected yet?
We do. So we have Cartoon Christmas, which is a bunch of the songs from the Claymation Christmas movie. So if you know Mr. Heat Miser, you might know some of the songs that we're singing from.
Now, what other ones have you got?
We have Somewhere in My Memory, which if you've watched Home Alone, you might know that one. And then we have White Winter Hymnal, which if you like the Pentatonics, that's a really solid one. And our last piece that we're going to be doing is by Sarah Bareilles. So if you're a musical theater person or you like more hipster music, then you're going to like that.
Okay, there you go. Keep a watch out for when the concert is. Do you have a date for it?
Yes, we do. It is December 15th at 7 p.m. At Abington High School.
The high school. So there you go. December 15th at the high school, the winter concert for the Abington Town Choir. Be there.
Or B Square.
Now we're visiting with Joe Kenny from Joe's Crazy Critters, although maybe it's Halloween, we should call it Joe's Creepy Critters.
Creepy Critters, we can go with that one, right? It makes sense.
And you've got a friend of yours down here that you've got in your hands. Tell us about it.
So this one here is a curly-haired tarantula. They come out of Costa Rica. One of my favorite species of tarantula. They're a burrowing species, so they dig down into like the sides of like little hills. They have little spinnerets back here. They make their webs from them. They got their 8 legs like your typical spider. And then down here they got their chelicerae, which have like their fangs tucked in there. Their fangs aren't too big for a tarantula. They're about 1/4 of an inch, so big enough, but they're relatively harmless little tarantulas. They do have little, what they call firing hairs or trigger hairs back here. So if they get real nervous, they'll like kick their little hairs up. They use their back legs, kind of brush them off. And they use those hairs to kind of feel along, kind of figure out the environment and feel stuff.
Well, this isn't really one of the biggest tarantulas either, is it?
No, so this one's actually a moderately sized tarantula. Some of the biggest ones come out of South America. They like the Goliath bird-eating tarantula. They can reach around 10 inches across. Pretty big. This one's only about 4, so you're figuring something as wide as my hands right here. And this one probably only weighs about 1 ounce. The Goliath tarantula can reach about 1/2 pound, which is actually pretty big for a spider, right? You figure about 10 times this size.
Okay, Joe, why don't we find something else that you can show us that's kind of creepy for Halloween?
A nice Halloween creepy one? We can do that. Give me 1 second.
Okay, thanks. He'll be right back. Well, he came back and he brought something that's pretty creepy with him. Boy, take a look at that thing. What would we call that one, Joe?
All right, guys. So this is actually called a vinegaroon. They're actually found in the United States. So this one is like a Florida native. They spend a lot of time tucked underneath stuff, hiding out in debris. You find them a lot. If you lived in Florida and you're outside doing like yard work, you roll things over, you can find these guys hanging out. They'll hang out under like tree bark and stuff like that. They got some pretty neat things. So they're actually in the arachnid family. So you get spiders, scorpions, right? They have 8 legs. 2 of the legs, if we see down here in the front, I gotta flip them around. But 2 of the legs are actually these modified like feelers. They'll feel around with them. And then the chelicerae, just like your tarantulas have, are out here in the front. They're actually modified into like claws. They use those for digging, moving the soil, stuff like that. And as creepy as this guy might seem, right? It looks very creepy. People are usually terrified of them. They're actually pretty harmless. They only real defense they have is along their butt down here. They can actually squirt out like this mild acid. It's very similar to vinegar, and it actually has a vinegar type smell to it. So if you make them nervous, you pick them up, like kids go and pick them up, right? Their hands will a lot of times smell like vinegar afterwards.
Hence the name Vinegaroon.
That's how they get their name, Vinegaroons, right? Which is a pretty neat little thing. But they're harmless. You want to hold it? We're all for it, right? We'll interview this guy, right?
Well, it kind of looks like a cross between a cricket and an earwig almost.
Yeah, they're very similar. So a lot of times, like we see, like some of the creepy crickets that like dig down underground, right? And they do have that very insect look because it looks like they got the 6 legs versus the 8 like one of the spiders because of those modified ones. They also look like they got like pinchers down there. They're actually diggers. And a lot of the crickets, like your burrowing crickets, like mole crickets and stuff like that, will have those diggers as well. But it's really just an adaptation for something that lives on the ground and kind of moving the soil around, really getting in there, which is kind of a neat little thing.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Joe. We'll be back with you again sometime, and I'm sure you'll have something a lot more interesting to talk about with us.
Another interesting critter to show you guys. I love it.
Another interesting, crazy, creepy critter.
Yeah. These ones are definitely on the creepier side, so we'll go with it. But.
Well, that's an all too brief look about all the things that were going on here today at Oktoberfest. It was just there just to give you a little taste of what was happening so that maybe next year you'll say, oh, they had a lot of fun, and we'll come down and join them. So remember, next year, Oktoberfest, the whole weekend you can find lots to do. And we'll see you next time.